I am N.S. Venkatraman. I am speaking on behalf of Nandini Voice for the Deprived, a Chennai, India-based not-for-profit organization. Kanchi Paramacharya, Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi were among the great saints who lived in India and who highlighted the fact that basic approach of all religions are essentially the same and there is really no particular conflict between them, though the rituals and day-to-day practices differ from one religion to another. The saints hailed Sanatana Dharma, evolved by ancient Indian philosophers, as the ultimate universal message to promote human harmony and decisively improve the standard and quality of one's life. The saints stressed that Sanatana Dharma is relevant for all people all over the world for all time to come. Unfortunately, a few lazy and poor thinkers in Tamil Nadu in India have recently questioned the philosophy of Sanatana Dharma. This has caused considerable anxiety and concern among the deep and profound thinkers. The fear is that such poorly informed criticism will lead to a counterproductive chain reaction where the non-believers who seem to imagine and assume that they are super intellectuals, these non-believers would be emboldened to question the concept of religion itself and raise issues about the unanswered questions about human life in the religious texts. Now let us look into this, the thought process of our ancient saints and the evolution of religion. It is believed that Hindu religion has no one founder, but instead it has been evolved by a fusion of various beliefs. Other religions have been founded by deep and profound thinkers. The concepts and guidelines provided in different religions have been evolved and fine-tuned over several generations, and the process still continues. Over thousands of years, deep and profound thinkers have been pondering about the origin and end of human life and other creatures. It has not been found possible to find an explanation for the origin and end process till now that would be convincing for human intellect. Therefore, the wonder of life still remains unresolved and a mystery. Sanatana Dharma, the glorious Hindu philosophy, refers to this unanswered question on origin and end of life, and it states, neither the beginning nor the end. I repeat, Sanatana Dharma says, neither the beginning nor the end. This amounts to leaving the question to the wisdom of individuals to conclude. In such scenario, deep and profound thinkers several centuries back must have come to the conclusion that there must be a creator, Almighty, without which world would not have happened. It was a conclusion that must have been arrived based on what is known as cause and effect theory. I repeat, cause and effect theory. This view has prompted the deep and profound thinkers to evolve their own philosophy, which resulted in religions evolving. All religions agree that the world has been created by the Creator, God. While the different religions refer to God by different names, the referred entity is only the same. The basic tenets of all religions is that everyone should surrender to God from beginning of the life process to the end without questioning the concept of existence of God and without any element of doubt. Essentially, all religions stress that any questioning of this idea of God will lead the individuals nowhere. The religions say that the human intellect should be subordinated to intuition and inward realization to awaken the mind to realize God. Such approach is the focus and essential aspect of all religions in the world. Now let us look into the method devised by the ancient saints to guide the human life. They have suggested the importance of the prayers as the path of life. As the evolution of thought process continue, deep and profound thinkers and founders of religions must have come to the conclusion that the best option and available course is to devise an ideal way of life for humans that would enable them to lead the life process with peace of mind and with harmony with nature and other humans and creatures. While insisting on placing faith on God, all religions lay down procedures for way of living that would enable humanity to live peacefully and with harmony. To help the devotees to focus the mind on God and enable the individuals to introspect, prayers have been devised, such as Gayatri Mantra in Hindu religion, which is said to have been coined by sage Vishwamitra thousands of years ago. Gayatri Mantra is a prayer of illumination to open the mind so that more light and lofty thoughts enter the mind. Several millions of people during thousands of years in the past have recited this holy Gayatri Mantra and claimed sort of mental calmness to some extent. Gayatri Mantra has stood the test of time, and this holy mantra is the ultimate proof that sustained prayer will elevate the thought process and lead to purity in the mental state of individuals. Now let us look into what the Sanatana Dharma says. Sanatana Dharma is a concept and pathway for life evolved by ancient Hindu saints, which does not distinguish between humans, animals, and other creatures, and does not make difference between individual human beings in any way based on caste, creed, sex, or affluence. This universal philosophy of Sanatana Dharma lays stress on compassion, love, avoidance of hate feelings and violent thoughts, and several other positive attributes. Sanatana Dharma is aimed at entire humanity and has no limits or frontier. The concept of Sanatana Dharma is the elimination of all the conflicts in the mindset of people. While some may distinguish between the one religion and another, Sanatana Dharma sets no such limits. This is a very glorious concept. Such guidelines for human lives enunciated by Sanatana Dharma can be adhered to only by constant prayer and introspection. The great Indian philosophers like Adi Shankara, Ramanuja, Madhvacharya spoke about Jivatma and Paramatma and called for deep introspection by prayer and meditation, which is a pointer to link inner self and outer self of individual human beings that will lead to establish a pathway for humans to the mental state of godliness. This state is described in Hindu religion as Ananda, otherwise known as a feeling of bliss. This should be the ultimate objective that the humans can achieve and should achieve. After achieving this mental bliss, the human need to look no further. This is the end in itself. Now, let's look into the question, why religion is necessary? Over the last thousands of years, millions of men and women who have come and gone have been accepting the advice provided by the religions, which have been founded by over thousands of years ago by different deep and profound thinkers. While religions certainly help the humanity in leading a peaceful life, the fact is that none of the religions go beyond this and explain with level of clarity as to how the world has happened and what is the origin and end of human lives and that of animals and other creatures. To explain away the question of origin and end of life, several postulates are mentioned by religious enthusiasts over the years, such as hell, heaven, fate, rebirth, miracle, and so on. Most people accept such mentions since no better explanation has been available or advanced, and nobody could come out of the ignorance about the origin and end of life, and nobody really knows where the people will go after the passing away and from where they come into the life process. In this context, devotees pray to God to provide them relief from sufferings or bless them to get some opportunities. Whether such prayers are answered or not answered, the devotees certainly get a sense of relief and satisfaction by such surrender and prayer and reconcile themselves thinking that Almighty knows the best. This is all that matters for the praying devotees. Obviously, the doctrines of religions have limitations. However, such limitation should not give an impression that the religion should be viewed negatively. Only lazy thinkers, poor thinkers will think on these lines. In spite of the limitation, religions lay ground or guidelines such as Sanatana Dharma for living peacefully in the world and have prescribed prayers and images of God to enable individuals to focus and introspect on the real conditions of vacuum in the life process of individuals. Therefore, religions have necessary place in human life. It is true that the basic negativism in human mind, such as prone to violence, self-centeredness, greed, have not been wiped out by the religions adequately, as the advocacy of religions have not adequately penetrated in the minds of several people. War and hatred continue unabated in view of the stupid feelings, greed, and self-centered attitude amongst the people. Nevertheless, one should think as to what would be the world like in the absence of religions. Those with negative mindset towards religion are not right at all. As in the absence of religions, the world would be a much more chaotic and violent zone than what it is today. The world cannot afford this. Thank you very much.